If you're considering relocating to Cambodia, there's no better time than the present. The Kingdom of Cambodia is located in Southeast Asia, bordered by Thailand and Vietnam. Cambodia is a developing country with a growing economy. Cambodia offers an impressive and diverse environment, from the sprawling flat plains in the central region to the winding Mekong River, tropical rainforests, and mountainous regions, as well as the crown jewel of the Khmer Empire, Angkor Wat, an ancient city built in the 11th century by the Khmer Empire that brings millions of tourists to Cambodia each year and was recently voted one of the top 5 tourist destinations in the world. So whether you want to live in the bustling city of Phnom Penh or on the tropical islands of Koran, or if you even want to dwell among the temples of Siem Reap, Cambodia has something for everyone. But more importantly, Cambodia offers a great climate, a wonderful exchange rate, and most of all, the friendliest people in the world. Contact us today at Sincere Travel Services to schedule your consultation, and we'll help make your move to Cambodia as smooth and easy as possible. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ed from Ed Travels. I'm coming at you. Let me turn on these lights. I'm coming at you. I'm in the studio. I'm coming at you. I want to send a shout out to my girl, Sammy. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, beautiful. She's in London. He's in London. Happy birthday to Sammy. And let me tell you something about Sammy. Sammy has been my conscience. Sammy has been my friend. Sammy has been somebody where we laughed together, cried together, drank together, laughed together, the whole fucking deal. Sammy has always been there for me. Sammy is an example of why I travel. When I was sick in Atlanta, when I was lying in my bed, Sammy called me all the time. And, there were some times I didn't feel good, but you know what? And Sammy might not know this. I said this to CJ, and Sammy knows who CJ is. I said, CJ, if I don't answer Sammy's call, then I'm an asshole. Because Sammy cares enough about me to call me. And I should be grateful in this world that I have somebody who cares enough about me. So who am I? My man Kevin from Albany in the building. And he says, happy birthday, Sammy. Because Sammy is my girl. So all of you people that sit back and say that, Ed hates on women, Ed does this, Ed does that. That's a bunch of BS. Tonight I've been watching the YouTube Manosphere. And I'm sitting here, YouTube, I'm sorry. I'm drinking my Coca-Cola. But the reality of it is, I see people upset right now. What's up, Mulatto Vanguard? Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button so the algorithm likes it. I want to thank everybody. Let me play the video.
so much for 3,000 subscriptions. I never thought when I started this channel I'd even reach that level. Because first of all, I'm not one of these guys that's making my living off YouTube. I appreciate you can give them now. I'll take it. The super chats and all of that. I don't have a problem with that. But that's not why I'm on here. And Eric can sit back and tell you, Eric, my man from Albany, he'll sit back and tell you, see my man Jax? Come here, Jax. Come here, Jax. My man Jax, my lab, my dude. That I don't do this channel. It's not about money. It's about discourse. It's about conversation. I'll even invite people on my platform that I don't agree with because I'm a grown ass man. And I don't have a problem talking to you if we don't agree, as long as we're civil. That's my only caveat. Let's be civil. Thank you so much. My man Eric from up there in Alaska, I appreciate you tuning in. Let's be civil. Because tonight I went to Obsidian's cast. I went to a bunch of them because I didn't have shit else to do. And I went to them and I listened to them and people were calling each other names and some of the shit was funny. It was hilarious on what they were calling each other, but it was counterproductive. At the end of the day, it was counterproductive. It was counterproductive. Why am I going to hate on another brother? We already got enough against us as it is. Right? Yeah, and I got skull in my mouth. I'm going to show it to you. That's some army shit. But, and my man William Bird, the Birdman's in the building. The Birdman. The Birdman's in the building. See, because at the end of the day, once you get past the clicks, the likes, the subscribes, and all that other bullshit, it's about the content. The content is what's going to drive your channel. And I'm going to look right past all that. Everybody's mad and upset about this white girl, just pearly things, and the things that she said about slavery wasn't that bad. But listen, why are you looking to a white girl to tell you about slavery? She made mistakes. I made mistakes. I misspoke. And see, what a lot of people don't know, and I'm going to show y'all this, because I hate when people talk about something that they don't have no receipts for. That they don't have receipts for. Sort of got because he was so hot. And I'm gonna play this. What was the level? At least one. And I'm gonna play this video right here, so that y'all know that I'm not just about cap. And y'all know what cap is. That's one of them, newfangled words that people use.
Piece written by Charlie Pierce, who wrote the GQ piece years ago, and he wrote it recently, that even back then there were certain things that were understood, he says, about Tiger on out there on the golf course and on the golf tour.
Y'all notice who this dude is?
And maybe tiptoeing around topics for the media. And I'm not even talking about personal behavior, but just dealing with Tiger Woods because he was so hot and you needed that access.
Well, exactly. I mean, you didn't want to be the writer or the journalist that sort of got on Tiger's bad side, because he could freeze you out in an interview. And a lot of Tiger's interviews were very scripted. I mean, he kept it about the foundation. He kept it about, you know, his life on the golf course and his achievements between the ropes, but you never really wanted to push the envelope and try to delve
the
into
brother might
Tiger's
have a
private
little
life. So
bit
yeah,
more
so
gray now.
there wasn't an aura of just you know, tiptoeing around him and being very, very
Fair
careful
use.
about what you asked him about.
And Bob, what I would say here is that, you know, things have changed. The TMZs and the Radar Onlines and everyone who's reporting these things, they don't ever need a PGA Tour credential. They don't ever need a one-on-one with Tiger Woods. And so the game that was
Fair
played,
use.
you know, for as long as
I mean, you see what I'm saying? I've been in the media world. I've been in the media world. I was credential media at the Masters for 9 straight years. I covered the Masters as credential media. I've been to the British Open, the US Open, the PGA, the US Open. I've been to all of them. That's what I did. And you know who I got the backlash from? Black people. Because they told me I wasn't covering the NBA, the NFL. I was a sellout. I was kissing Tiger's ASS. That's what they told me. And that's just one of the videos that I have of me being commentary back in 2010 when I was on ESPN. So there must have been some validity to my work. There must have been some validation to have that talent coordinator call me and say, Ed, today we need you to be at VGA Studios because we need your take on what's going on with Tiger Woods. Do I walk around and brag about it? A lot of the guys that are sitting back looking at this video right now, that's the first time you've ever seen it. I've never talked about it. So while everybody's out here looking for these clicks and these likes and these subscriptions, and I'm going to go right into it. This Just Pearly things, and you can go see it. No, Sammy. Sammy, I'm not angry. I'm passionate. I'm not angry. Not at all. What I'm saying is this. We live in a world right now where social media drives a lot of what people actually do, think, and say. And I think that that's tragic. I think that that's really sad. That's really sad. People look at shows like Love and Hip Hop, 90 Day Fiance, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. I have friends here that I know that were producers on those shows that sit back and say, we created conflict because it created ratings. It made people watch. Black folks said the same thing about Brian Gumble. He don't. Yeah, exactly. And I could really care less about what they thought about. No, Sammy, I'm not angry. I'm just passionate. Because that's just who I am. I can't be any different. The same way that I'm passionate about you. And I'm so happy and I'm so glad of how you've grown and progressed in the way that we met here in Cambodia. That I believe in my heart and soul that me and you are friends for a lifetime. Until the day I leave this earth, me and Sammy still gonna be cool. And if we're not cool, then we can talk about it. Tonight, I wasn't even gonna go live. I talked to my man Kevin, my man from Albany, I messaged him tonight and said, look, dude, I'm going to take a mental health day. But then all of a sudden I said, man, the hell with that. I'm just going to go back and I'm going to be real about how I feel right now. And Kevin, being the brother that he is, said, man, speak your mind. And I appreciate you. Kevin is the type of guy that you need in your corner, in your circle. I can sit back in 2 minutes of meeting and talking to this brother that what he's saying is real. And I'm not going to share the personal shit, but me and you have had the same thing that you said about being a father, Kevin, and I'm talking to you. I felt the same way. I did everything in my power. I kept apologizing until my 31-year-old son sat back and told me, Dad, I already heard it, man. His mother wouldn't let him see me see him because she was angry. And then he had a baby, and his baby's mother did the same thing. Now, all of a sudden, his anger left. His anger left. He said, Dad, now I see it wasn't the fact that you weren't trying to be a good father. She was standing in the way. And now that I'm feeling the same thing, I understand you. Don't feel bad about it, because there ain't a goddamn thing you can do about the past. There's one thing about Buddhism, and I'm studying Buddhism, and the fact is, you know what? There's a lot of good little sayings that people say that sound good, but it's hard to implement into your own life. The Buddha said, don't worry about the past, that's gone. You can't control the future. You can only live in the present. I'm sorry about that. It's wonderful when you say that, but it's hard to implement that in your life, because in my mind, I go through my mind about the rehearsals that I miss, the recitals that I miss as a father, the football games, the volleyball games, the basketball games that I miss as a father, which makes me feel like I ain't shit. Makes me feel like I'm the worst father in the world. Because I'm human, because I'm compassionate, because I have a heart, because I have a soul. Thank you so much, brother. I mean, y'all YouTube names. BitGR33 on Sun 9. Thank you so much, because I felt like shit as a father. Because I wasn't there. I sent the money, but I wasn't there. So I kissed my kids' ass for so many years trying to make up to them. Then I finally realized I can only say sorry so much. Somebody group, baby boy, you know I back you 100%. Always will. Sorry, but tonight you are not being as calm as you've been. But I think, you know what? Let me tell you something, and I'll tone it down. Let me tell you something. The thing about me is this. There's one word that can never describe me, and that's calm. I was on a live tonight, Samaya, about the young lady that deleted her husband. So I'm sorry. I apologize to my viewers. I don't want to turn people off, but I lost my father when I was 8 years old. And when I heard those kids cry in the background of that video, it brought back a lot of emotion for me. So I apologize for that. That hurt me. That bothered me. because it didn't have to be that way. I just have to be true to who I am. I want to go down to Mississippi and I want to hug those kids. And I want to tell those kids it's going to be okay. They got a lifetime to deal with the trauma that they've dealt with. I talked to Kevin 3905 about this. That hurt me. And if you saw my video that I made about it, if y'all didn't realize, I was crying in that video. I was crying in that video. And I'm not ashamed to say it. So, Samaya, I'm sorry. I don't mean to turn you off or nothing like that. But the thing is that it hits here. It hits different. Because it costs you nothing to be a good human being. Tonight, I sat back and I watched all these huge content providers. They got thousands of subscriptions. These people are getting $50, $100, $20 super chats on a regular basis, arguing with each other over things that at the end of the day don't really matter. That don't really matter. I'm not going to let clicks, views, and subscriptions cause me not to be real. Sammy will tell you, what you're seeing right now is my real emotion. I had women come into my comments and call my lady a XCX slave, degrade my children. Who, hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. Sorry about that. But hold on, let me hit this. Thank you so much, Smile. That means the world to me. Eric, yeah, you heard the rest of the video, right? You heard the rest of it. My man William Bird down in Florida. Thank you so much, man. I truly, truly appreciate you. Big shout out to you, man.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked.
Big shout out to you, brother. To William Bird. I really appreciate you. Yeah, Eric, that hurt my heart. It made me cry. I did a video that I didn't monetize because I think that's disgusting. If you sit back and try to make money off of a family's hurt, they got to have a funeral, man. They got to put that young man in the ground over some bullshit because he tried to walk away and she was angry. And my biggest issue, I had two main issues, if y'all watch my video, was the people trying to profit from it with Cash App and Venmo, and all of the people, whether you're a man or a woman, that tried to make excuses for this young lady that sat back. So now she has mental issues, postpartum depression, post-traumatic syndrome. Shows you how ignorant that person was. You put a gun to the back of this man's head and you deleted it. That is disgusting. Let him leave. I was on a live tonight with people from the area. Exactly, Eric. You're completely right. And Daryl Dundee, those content creators had their super chats, cash apps, and they all, you goddamn right. I unsubscribed from them too. They sat back and said, call in, I'm gonna give you the tea, I'm gonna give you the dirt. I'm gonna give you everything that y'all need to know. But I need you to cash at me. I need you to Venmo me. I need you to do this. I need you to do that because I'm gonna give you all the dirt. Capitalizing on tragedy. I was in the military. I served in combat zones. Shout out to 82nd Airborne Division. If you ain't airborne, you ain't shit. If your mama ain't airborne, she ain't shit. If your grandmama ain't airborne, she ain't shit either. I'm just kidding. I know people get offended, but to all, regardless of what branch you served in, thank you for your service. And I didn't come back the same. I left one man, I came back a different person. That caused me to have divorces and caused me to detach from my family and my kids and caused me not to be a good father. And I own that. I was a horrible father to my kids. It wasn't on no abuse stuff. It was the fact that I just wasn't there. My present wasn't there. You're right, Eric. The mother was instigating and she should be charged too. To my man Unadulterated coming to me from North Carolina. What's going on? Great to see you, bro. Peace of the chat. Your realness is what I'm sure your audience appreciates about you. Thank you. Anyone who is not moved by these videos has something missing in their humanity. Bro, I was crying when I made that video because my father died when I was 8 years old, man. I had to I had to go to the funeral home the day before, and at 8 years old, I'm trying to fucking figure out why my daddy ain't coming back no more. That hurt me. And as a 52-year-old man, it took me therapy to learn how to deal with that loss. I remember my mom tried her best when I was in the Boy Scouts. She said, you can, we're having Father-Son Day at the Boy Scouts, and I'll never forget this. We're having Father-Son Day at the Boy Scouts. You can go with Antonio's dad. He'll be your dad. And me being a kid, I said, that ninja ain't my daddy. I respect now what she was trying to do because she was a real woman. She knew that she couldn't be my father, so she tried to give me a surrogate. But as a young kid, I was full of hurt. And that's where anger comes from. Anger comes from hurt. And I told my mom, that dude ain't my damn daddy. You talking about Father-Son Day, that dude ain't my daddy. So now you're going to delete this man in front of his children. And then the community. Now we hear postpartum depression. She didn't know the gun was loaded. It was a mistake. They already had DV issues. Bullshit. I was a weapons specialist. Once a projectile leaves the muzzle of a weapon at maximum velocity, there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. Ain't no sorry, I made a mistake. Ain't none of that. The deal is done. She shot the man in the back of the head. So that leads me to believe that the brother was leaving. That leads me to believe that the guy was leaving. He didn't even see it coming. But now you got a minority of the community making excuses. She said, murder scene, murder scene. Look what I'm about to do. Then as soon as she did it, she sat back and said, I'm sorry. I don't want to go to jail. Am I going to go to jail? Yeah, you're going to go to jail. We all have relationship issues. I make my wife mad. I don't know how many times. Did she put something to the back of my head and delete me? Eric, you're right. Thank you so much, brother. I really do. Yeah, she knew it was. And the man sat back and said it. I had a woman sat back and tell me tonight, I never heard him say that she had a weapon. Yeah. Listen to the video. Now you got selective hearing. Daryl Dundee, much love, brother. Thank you. All kinds of excuses. She knew what she was doing. Absolutely. She knew exactly what she was doing because she wasn't getting the desired response. We tell men all the time, walk away, don't put your hands on her, avoid the conflict. That's what he tried to do, and look how he ended up. Again, condolences to him and his family. When I made that video, I demonetized it. To my man, Unadulterated. The few minutes of her providing online entertainment for views would cause trauma for my brother. My brother. No way these kids would have a normal life. It would. Bro, you dropped the nugget. And the same community. Exactly. I went back to the U.S. last year. That was the first time I heard about Kevin Samuels. R.I.P. to the Godfather. Because I was sick, I was recuperating, and I was watching all these YouTube videos about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels put a mirror up to people. When he sat back and used the matrix of how tall are you, what's your dress size, how much do you weigh, that made you be honest and look at yourself. And all of these women, you know what really got me about it? You know what got me about it? Was
what the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you?
These women all of a sudden they couldn't hear. Say what? Say that again. What did you say? No, he asked you what your dress size was. If you 280 pounds, your ass ain't a dress size 6. I ain't even a woman, but I know that. But what people fail to say is that Kevin Samuels roasted men long before and roasted men even worse than he roasted women. He did. Kevin Samuels roasted. Oh my goodness. Hold on. He roasted men way worse than he roasted women. See, that's the part that they want to leave out. That's a fair use, y'all. I want y'all to see this. I want everybody on my live tonight to see this. This is what I'm talking about. Right? Let's go ahead and see this. Kevin Samuels tells it like it is.
You're not the dominant alpha male or the super select guy. The only way you're going to end up becoming pre-select is by approaching women.
So women can tell I'm not getting no play?
Anybody, all 462 people in the chat room can tell you ain't getting no play. That's the energy you're getting. Because you're a guy that said you don't think you should have to approach women. They should give you choosing signals. Where would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
5'10". How much do you weigh?
I ain't no Ron Jeremy.
No. I asked you if you had a big dick. I didn't say it was above average. You even get a big dick.
Evil.
Everybody had the problem, bro. Ain't no energy out women.
See, do you get it? Do you see it? See, those are the videos that the sisterhood ain't gonna show you. Those are the videos that the sisters ain't gonna show you. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of fun with that, but those are not it. The reality of the situation is this. Samari. Samaya, I'm gonna tell you something. There's a group of men within the male culture, right? Where toxic masculinity, where that's what matters to men. That's why that whole conversation, Samaya, about does size matter? It probably matters more to men in reality than it does to women. Because with women, the whole sexual act is more about feelings. A woman ain't gonna necessarily be with the guy with the biggest member. It's gonna be more about the intimacy, not the intercourse. But I think I'm trying to. What Kevin Samuels was trying to say is he was making light of it. That's why he laughed. I've asked women, does the size matter? She said, you know what? I can work with what I got. But it's the man attached to the penis that really matters. Because I've had the big ones, I've had the little ones, I've had the in-between ones. But it's the man that matters. It probably means more to the man. And that's more of an ego thing for him. And to my man unadulterated. Yeah, I follow. Yeah. It probably means more to him. Right? Because when it comes to all of this, big D thing, when I was in the Army and I joined the Army and I went to basic training, we all had to take showers together. There were 54 of us that was in an open bay with open showers. And I always heard this thing about little white boys don't have no shaboinking. Then I walked in the shower and I sat back and I saw some white boys in there that was packing. I was almost like, like George Costanza on Seinfeld with the shrinkage. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this white boy like, oh my God, like, look at this. But he was trying to make a point to the guy. Your weight, your income, and you not really putting it down. So why do you feel that you should have choosing signals from women? The same way that Kevin Samuels was telling women, you want 6 figures, 6 feet tall, 6 inches, all of this, but you 320 pounds, got 4 kids by 4 different dudes, ain't got no job. So why are you expecting all this? It all works in the same way. He held men accountable too. Because the one difference with Kevin Samuels and a lot of other creators was that Kevin Samuels was trying to keep Black families together. I'm British. Competition about that sort of stuff is unusual. Well, you know what though? It's you know what? I think among men at this point in time, it really doesn't matter. I'm 52 years old. I had a young lady tell me one night, Ed, are we going to have SEX all night? And I told her, hell no. No. I'm going to give you 15 strong minutes. That's 5 rounds of a heavyweight fight. Can you fight Mike Tyson for 5 rounds? That's 15 minutes. And I'm done. I ain't got nothing to prove to you. You see what I'm saying? That's male ego, Sammy. That's male ego. 100%. Quick question. What credential experience do you have to be talking about? Hey, you know what? You know what credentials I have? Because I'm 52 years old. I've been divorced twice. I've been through a bunch of different marriages. I can share my experiences. I don't call myself a relationship guru. I'm not trying to tell you who to be with. I'm not trying to tell you that I know everything. Right? I don't do that. I'm not like Steve Harvey or some of these other guys that tells you the 90-day rule and all that other BS. I'm just sitting back saying what I see. I've been married, been divorced, been through relationships. So I'm sharing experience, strength, and hope. All I'm trying to do is show you exactly what I've been through. You can take it or you can't take it. You can subscribe or you can unsubscribe. You can listen to it or you can't listen to it. It really doesn't make a difference to me. I have no validation to give to anybody about that. I'm not one of these guys that's trying to be a pickup artist coach, a dating coach. I'm not trying to tell you that I got it all figured out. You understand what I'm saying? All I'm telling you is what I've been through 52 years of my life, through 2 marriages, through raising 4 kids. That's all I share, JM. That's what I share. You can listen to it or you can't listen to it. Really doesn't make a difference to me. If you got it figured out and your relationships are working out for you, kudos. I'm happy for you. I'm not here to bash nobody. I'm just telling you what I see. I'm telling you what I see. And you know what I see? I see Black women not being married. I see 80% of Black kids being born in single mother homes. I see 70% of Black kids born to single mother homes that are going to prison. I'm seeing young men that are made to be son husbands that are not getting the guidance from men that they need to get. That's what the fuck I see. My mother knew that she could not raise me to be a man. So she always had some sort of man in my life. Yeah, exactly. And that's my thing, dude. I don't have an issue if you disagree with what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is this, is that I'm talking about the statistics and the reality of what's going on, especially in our community. I've never kicked a woman out of my bed because she don't have a PhD. When I'm seeing white girls at their commencement exercises holding up their engagement rings because she understood that marriage and being with a guy, that both of us can make it better together, instead of the Black girl sitting right next to her saying, I don't need a man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about conjecture. I'm not talking about opinion. Rubber Band Man in the room, Hampton Roads. My man is up in here. That white girl got her engagement ring. They're gonna build together. While that black woman's mother let her down by telling her she didn't need a man. That's the reality, JM. That's the reality. These white girls are sitting there showing their engagement ring. I'm going to have my kids in wedlock. We got a lower divorce rate than black women. We don't have 80% of kids born out of wedlock. See, my channel is not about feelings, it's about facts. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. I talked to Unadulterated last night. The brother sat there and told me, I got a wife from Brazil, and even though I brought her back to the States, we have this union. I'm pretty sure that his wife uses the words we, us. What are we gonna do, baby? He had a wife that had all of that. I'm sorry, Unadulterated. If I'm putting your business out, I don't mean to. But he had a wife. And then once she got the PhD and she got all of that, then he wasn't on her level anymore. From what this brother told me that he has done, nigga, I would marry the nigga. I'd marry Unadulterated. If I was down with that persuasion, I would. The guy sounds like an incredible individual, like a good, solid man. The only time we're disappointed in life is when other people don't live up to our expectations. Daryl Dundee. And they still wonder why there aren't any good men. It's simple. They forced them out through the courts of government. Absolutely. I talked to Unadulterated. I'm like, nigga, can we meet? Can you drop some knowledge on me about how you got where you got? Seeing a man in a successful, happy relationship that was open and honest enough to get on my platform and share something really personal that he didn't have to. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Rubber Band Man did the same thing with me. Eric 3905 from Albany, Georgia, did the same thing with me. Because you know why? You know what I love about what I would love my platform to be? I would love it to be where black men can be naked, where we can be vulnerable, where we can just sit back and say, you know what, though? I loved her, but she hurt me. I trusted in her, but she hurt me. Or I made a mistake and it was my fault. Well, we don't have to deal with this fucking toxic masculinity of that we're always strong no matter what. Okay, JM. JM, listen, it's not just, we can't generalize it. Listen, here I live in Cambodia. I see what, dude, it's very rare I see a brother here. Yeah, I see a lot of white guys here, and they've been doing it long before us. Like Rubber Band Man said the other day, Pass Pro Joes. Maybe that's what we need to call the white boys. But why is it a problem that when black men have the resources, the ability to travel, that all of a sudden YouTube is blown up hating on Passport Bros? Why is it when a brother decides to do it, it's a problem? White people have been doing it for years. Black guys been doing it for years. Yeah, there's a problem with white women too, but JM, and I want you to respond to this, and I'll put your comment up. Have you heard white women ever say that they don't need their men? Have you ever heard any group of women collectively say that they do not need their men? The same way black women have. And I'm waiting for your response. I haven't heard it. There's one group of women in this world that say that they don't need their men. That's black women. And I'm not giving them a pass. My grandmother. Oh, yeah. You know what, though? I'll push back on that. Collectively, yes. 95% yes. The independent black woman, I will push back on that. It is not separately. Dude, just go on YouTube and look at it. I don't need a man. Look at the music. Single ladies. Why she's married to a dude worth $2.5 billion. Sierra showing up half naked at the Oscars when she's with a man that got a $295 million contract. Half naked. Still for the streets. Still putting out music about the independent life. Is she independent? Yeah. Are generalizations true? To a certain extent, they are. If I see a woman walking down the street with high heels on and a short dress at 3 o'clock in the morning, she's a prostitute. You know what, though? That's a generalization that's probably true. Do I say all black women? Any brother, unadulterated, Eric 39, Kevin 3905, all those guys that listen to my channel, I always say she's a pro. You're right, Daniel. She's a pro. That's how I know you travel. I appreciate you offering the platform. Exactly. If younger brothers can learn from tribulations, because let me tell you something. This is the different, unadulterated. This is the difference between black men or men and women in general. I can look at a young black man and I can see myself in him. I can see the mistakes. I can see the dumb little dude that I was. And I can try to drop some knowledge on the brother. Now, whether he's going to listen to it or not, that's on him. But women, on the other hand, look at younger women as competition. Y'all give me a second. Sorry about that, gentlemen. My dog kicked the door open. But back to my point. I can look at a young brother and sit back and say, I see myself in you. And I want you to avoid the pitfalls. I don't want you to walk off the cliff because I love you. But now when you got a mother that has a baby at 15 and her mother had her at 20, they competing for the same man. She don't want to give her competition what she needs to get that man. Exactly, Kevin. I'm not just dumping on women. My grandmother made me the man that you see today. I talk to my mom today. Every time I talk to my mother, I tell my mother, Mom, thank you. My mama walked 19 blocks to work every day because she only had bus fare one way. She busted her ass to make sure that I could be the man that I am today, that I could have every opportunity that I had. And I'm forever grateful to her from that. I got a daughter graduating from college. I just talked to her tonight. I got my granddaughters that my beautiful black chocolate, beautiful ebony granddaughters that call me Papa and love my crazy ass. So how can you say I don't love black women? You know what I don't love? I don't like people not taking accountability for their actions. Absolutely. Absolutely, Eric. I'm glad my native Alaskan and Mexico queen can cook. Exactly. Eric, how much do you weigh, man? I'm just curious. It's not based on race, it's just men in general. We see that we're being, yeah, exactly. Bruh. I talk to women every day. I talk to black women that are our champions. They love us in this YouTube space. Go to Shay Shardae's channel. Go to Chantel Simone's channel. Go to Messy Michonne's channel. Yeah, you eating good, Eric. You eating good, bruh. 5'10", 240. What's your dress size? Bro, I love you. I'm just fucking with you. I mean, but listen to, you know what I'm saying? It's that there was a 23-year-old woman, JM, that was on Kendra G, that was 23 and 260 pounds, that said that she wanted a fit man. She would only deal with a fit man. How are you going to ask for something that you're not bringing to the table? Rubber Band Man. My ex said that she knew I was a good man. She was letting me down when she broke up with me, decided to do this at the age of 38 to see what was out there. And that's sad as hell. That is sad as hell. Hot girl summer. Just to see what was out there, just to find out. Absolutely, there. Embarrassing that man. Having him carry the baby and walk behind her. Just the optics of it is fucked up. And I'm pretty sure YouTube is going to strike me for that, but whatever. See, me and Rubber Band Man don't agree on certain political shit, but me and him can sit back and have a beer and kick it and have something to eat and have a great time. Same thing with Unadulterated. We can sit back and talk about that. I have heard that I hate black women from some that see me and my Brazilian wife. But if you see the video I sent, yeah, I watched it. Absolutely, it was moving, brother. Thank you for sharing that with me. You saw my daughter. Yeah, exactly. She's a beautiful woman. Exactly. You saw what she did there, but she sacrificed that. She hurt those girls for her selfish shit because she wanted to sit back and say that Unadulterated didn't help her get what she was getting, that I'm independent and I'm going to get there by myself. Am I wrong for that, Unadulterated? Or am I wrong for saying that? And join the church with them pimps in the pulpit. I went to seminary. I got a degree in religious studies to understand that religion just controls people. Yeah, you saw the pic. Hey, Rubber Band Man, that Knob Creek ain't no joke, bro. Like me and my homies say, when you're sipping, and when I'm sipping and I got my little Cuban or Dominican cigar that I got back here in my humidor that's blurred out, you absolutely correct. Unadulterated. Again, I want to thank you all, brothers, for sharing shit that you didn't have to share. You don't know me from Adam, unadulterated, Rubber Band Man, Eric 3905, William Bird, Ren. All of y'all brothers don't know me from Adam. We've never met face to face. But I truly appreciate the fact that you sharing your personal experience with me that you did not have to. I don't want you to think that I'm taking that lightly. You understand? I'm not taking that lightly. I truly appreciate it. You know, when I come on my channel, I'm just being real. When I made that video about the woman deleting her kids, if y'all didn't really notice in that video, I was crying. There were tears in my eyes when I made that video. And I was unashamed to be crying on social media because it hurt me. Because my father died when I was 8. I saw my father in a casket when I was 8 years old. That hurt me. And I can't imagine how the hell those kids feel. You didn't see no Instagram. You didn't see no Facebook. You didn't see none of that. Because every time I get ready to post a video, it always asks me, do you want to turn monetization on or off? And I turned it off. I don't want your fucking Snapchat, you know what I mean, your super chats. I don't want your cash apps. I don't want none of that when I'm talking about a man getting shot in the back of the head by some angry woman. That's not me. That's not how I was made. That's not how I was brought up. I'm not going to capitalize on tragedy. I was crying in that video. Y'all saw that when I made that video. I had to stop and I had to put my hands underneath my glasses to wipe the tears away because it just hurt me to my soul. To see people trying to capitalize off of it, to make money off of it. Because it was trending. They had their fucking Venmo up. Thank you, Eric. Because they had their Venmo up. They had their Cash App up. You have even had one lady said, I'm talking to the family right now, but y'all need to give me the Venmo first so I can see it. Ren in the building. My man Ren has been here since my first live that I ever did. See, Ren, I'm getting better. I got the sound effects. To be honest, I've never been with a black woman because they never wanted to be with me. I was the nerd. I was the geek. I was the bookworm. I was the lame. So I don't hate them. Ren, I went to Pasadena High School in Pasadena, California. Class of 1988. I took AP classes. And I couldn't get no ass at that school. Y'all can laugh at me. I'm just telling you the truth. I used to risk my life driving to Inglewood through the Hoover Hood, through the Rolling 60 Hood, just to get me a little shot of, little shot of tail. Because that was the only chick that would give it to me. Because I was a nerd. I was lame. I like to read books. I like to look at intellectual shit. I like documentaries. I liked history, but I was the nerd. But now at 52 years old, all of them chicks are hitting me up on Facebook, Ren. What's up, Ed? How you doing? Can I come to Cambodia and see you? Hell no, you can't come see me. Exactly, because you know what, Daryl Dundee, the New Deal with FDR coming out of the Depression. And if you guys correct me if I'm wrong, you can get the government money if you kick the black man out your house. So black women were at a crossroads and they chose the money. I remember living in Atlanta when me and my girl were working and one of her little ghetto ass friends was babysitting her son, and they had an Escalade outside sitting on 24. They had big screen TV, Xbox, and a PlayStation. Living the wonderful life off the government. $12 a month rent. They kicked us to the curb. The black man, it wasn't no good times. It wasn't the whole family living together in the same house. You feel me? That's why tonight, when I was sitting there looking to these posts, that a brother called in and said, look, man, I got an issue with some black women because of their attitudes and their entitlement and the way that they act. And you know what, the brother, and I won't mention his name because I'm going to put that nigga on my platform. But the thing is, you know, the first thing he did, he overtalked him and he said, you're a weak black man because you can't level up to an educated black woman who makes more money than you, and you need to step up. And I was just sitting there saying, like, really, dude? Really? You got the panda bear dudes. Ron, what's up, big head? You know what I'm saying? You know what I love when somebody calls me big head? Is that I know that you love me. I know that you love me, and I love you too. And ain't a goddamn thing you can do about it. Ron, they choose the government and white zaddy exactly in the house with the intact family. And see, that's what bothered me about this whole thing about the guy that got deleted by that chick. They said, well, why haven't you cooked breakfast for the kids? Well, what the fuck are the two women doing? The man married her. That wasn't his baby mama. That was his wife. They've been together since middle school. So he got to cook the breakfast, iron his clothes, go to work, probably pick the what the fuck are they doing? Seriously. She constantly sitting there saying what the man ain't doing. What the fuck are you doing? No, you sitting there on Facebook Live with your hyena friends. On Facebook Live talking trash about this man. And if y'all don't know, she red rummed the dude. She shot him in the back of the head. He didn't even see it coming. Why was a weapon even brought into this situation? But then the community, the sisters, are starting to make the excuses.
What the hell is wrong with you?
The sisters are coming to her defense. Postpartum depression. Post-traumatic syndrome. Somebody tell me what that is. And you know what, though, Mulatto Vanguard? That's what hurt me. And Eric, yeah, they pre-planned this. It was a plan. Mulatto Vanguard, brother, in front of his own kids. You think those kids gonna ever be able to unsee that? You think those kids gonna ever be normal? You think that their relationship's gonna ever be good? Do you think that his daughter is gonna be able to be in a relationship with a man in a positive, meaningful way after she saw that? My heart was bleeding. You're right, Darrell. I sat back and I tried to wait as long as I could before I made a response video because I was crying. And anybody that sees this live tonight says Ed was crying about it and tries to make fun of me, man, fuck you. If you really believe that that's the way it is, I was crying because those kids did not deserve that. I saw something here in Cambodia. If y'all don't know, I live in Siem Reap, Cambodia. My girlfriend, not my girlfriend, my wife, showed me a video of twin baby girls that were left at a hospital here by a single Khmer woman that couldn't take care of the kids. At least she thought enough not to just abandon the kids in a trash heap or something. She took them to a hospital. And I asked my Cambodian wife, I said, Sim, would you take these babies? Would you allow me and you to adopt these two twin girls in our house? And she smiled at me. She said, baby, it's not the baby's fault. It's not their fault. She said, of course. They're welcome here. We got a whole family here that can take care of them. Because let me tell y'all something. When I was in the military, 82nd Airborne Division, we were taught that we were fucking invincible, that we were bulletproof, that we had no emotions. And that was all a lie. That was young men fighting the old man's war. That's exactly what it was. My wife could walk into this house tonight with those two little babies and they become my babies. Because it's not their fault. I'll do everything in this world to make sure that those kids have an opportunity. Maybe there's a part of me that feels like I got to pay something back to the universe for what I did when I was in combat. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm sharing too much. Y'all let me know if I'm sharing too much. But that's how I feel. You know what? Maybe, maybe tonight on this live I'm talking too much, but if my wife walked in with those two abandoned orphan kids, I would take them right now and I would raise them and I would hold them every night. They'd be sitting right here on the live with me. And I'd be holding two babies. I buy the diapers, the formula. I go through the potty training. I will go through all of that with them because it's not their fault. It costs you nothing to be a good human being. And I think that's what's wrong with society now. You're right, Eric. That woman at least had the courage, the conviction, the character to sit back and say that she couldn't take care of those kids. Thank you, Willem. William says, Ed, speaking from your heart is what keeps me. Thank you so much. Because if she walked into this house tonight with those two babies, they automatically become my babies. They automatically become my babies. I have a house here with my wife, and I have 3 young ladies that live downstairs that I probably couldn't even hold the babies. They'd be taking care of them so much. But maybe I'll leave a legacy. Maybe when this is time for when the sun sets upon my life, somebody can sit back at my funeral and say, you know what, though? Ed might have been an asshole. Ed might have said some shit that he shouldn't have said, but I knew exactly where his goddamn heart was. I'm far from perfect. And to Eric 3905, I felt like I let my kids down. I felt like I was a failure to my children. I did. And I still do in a lot of ways. My daughter graduates in May. I'm paying that ticket to be there for her graduation. You know why? Because I missed the viola recital. I missed the volleyball games. I missed the basketball games. That still haunts me. I still cry about that. And all she's asking me to do is to show my black ass up. That's the least I can do, Eric. I mean, Kevin. That's the least I can do. For my daughter to hit me up tonight on Instagram and sit back and say, hey, Dad, how you doing? You're absolutely right, Ron. This is what me and Kevin, you remember me and you talked about the other night about covering a woman, about being there for being open to male leadership. My wife knows that I ain't right all the time. She knows that I'm off my shit, but you know what though? She knows this. She's safe, she's secure, she's protected, and I take care of her and the family. Rubberman, a long day on the road needs this live. I'm letting other men know, Kevin. I'm letting other men know. Don't suffer from terminal uniqueness. Don't suffer from the, from the syndrome of terminal uniqueness, thinking that you're the only man that's dealt with this. I want you to know that Ed loves you and I understand you. I feel you with no judgment. There's no judgment here. Because who the fuck am I to judge you? I sit back and I listen to your pain. Because first of all, you wouldn't talk to me about your kids unless they mattered to you. A Pookie that's just out here making babies don't come on my live stream. Yeah, I'm hurt. Son. These brothers don't care. They don't care. These Pookies that's out here making babies don't care. I never thought about the way that I treated women until I started raising one. When I started to realize that every woman I meet is somebody's daughter. And I believe in karma. So if I treat this woman bad, maybe somewhere down the line, somebody's going to treat my daughter bad. I don't give a damn if she's drunk, laying down on the bed, her legs spread wide open. No, sweetheart, I can't roll with you like that because I don't want nobody to do my daughter that way. Then I can go to bed that night with the peace of mind of knowing that I kept my side of the street clean. I kept my side of the street clean. It's just like my girl Sammy. Sammy and I met. She lives in the UK. Sammy and I met here in Cambodia. We've laughed together. We got drunk together. We cried together. And somehow through this whole universe, we've always kept in touch. And she'll call me because she truly cares what my thoughts are about. And also, I truly believe that she knows that I'm not going to lie to her. She knows that I love her enough that I'm not the same thing. Unadulterated, Rubber Band Man, Daryl, Ron, Eric, Kevin. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I don't give a damn if you don't like it. I'm not going to lie to you. I think you'd rather have an asshole brother in your camp than have one of these co-signing simp dudes that's going to sit back and tell you whatever you want to hear. I didn't like it. When I had older black men just, dude, I used to go to this Bible study in Atlanta over in the West End in the AU Center. And I remember I was going through my divorce. And these dudes were older guys than me. They were older guys than me. And I came in there one morning, brothers, on my pity pot, talking about how my wife was, messing me over and this and that. And I had this older dude named Bill Cannon. And he said, Ed, why don't you just shut the fuck up? He said, why don't you just shut the fuck up? He said, nigga, we all been through it. We've all had women mess us over. You ain't the first one that's had this happen to you. And Daryl says it's not called just being true to yourself, but it's what people have lost the sense of compassion. You know what though? The Dalai Lama, Daryl, said compassion is not feeling sorry for somebody. That's sympathy. Compassion is loving somebody even though they have messed you over. That's what true compassion is. And Kevin, LOL, you right. That old man told me just shut up, nigga. We've been through the same thing. I'll probably get a strike for that, but we've been through the same thing. You ain't the only one. Now, did I want to hear it? Hell no, I didn't want to hear it. Was I angry at him? You goddamn right I was angry at him. But once I went into the car, he came outside and sat with me and said, look, dude, get off your pity pot and handle it. Deal with it. And see, that's where black men help other black men out. You're not the only one that's been through this. We've been through it in different levels, whether it's jail, whether it's being arrested, whether it's being through a divorce, whether it's being through an unfair child support, because we know the system ain't for us. But what's better than sitting back and being able to talk to other brothers that understand where you coming from? Thank you so much, Ron. That's why I rock with you. Thank you so much. Because dude, I have no other way to go. You know what? I sit back and I look at YouTube right now, and I look at social media, and I look at people pandering to certain audiences because they want clicks and views. I don't rely on YouTube for my money. You give me a super chat, that's cool. To be honest with you, me and my wife talked about it the other day. I said, any money that I get off of YouTube, there's Anchor Children's Hospital, right? Sim. That there's a hospital here because the medical system here in Cambodia is not the greatest, but this hospital has volunteer doctors that come in to deal with kids that don't have the money. So if I make $300 off of YouTube and I donate that money to Anchor Hospital, and I'll show the donation to know that it's not cap, it's not bullshit, means a world to them. That's what real men do, Kevin. We teach each other the truth. Exactly. Let me tell you something. There's nothing more real in this world than a man's tears. When a man cries, that's some real emotion. Women will cry on the drop of a goddamn dime. But when a man cries, when a real man cries, that comes from the heart. And when you have another man that sits back and hugs you and said, bruh, I understand. Let me hold you. Come on, bruh. I ain't talking about no dude trying to grab her and all that. I'm talking about a dude that just hugs you and say, dude, it's all right. I'm not judging you. Because we're vulnerable. What happens when a male lion is hurt? I will. I'll put a link right here. Let me look it up. Rubber band man. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up right here to show you that I'm not bullshitting. Right here. Anchor Hospital for Children. This is the link right here. I'm doing the live right now. Hold on. Let me click on the link that says donate. Right? Here we go. See? Because I'm not talking about shit that I'm not about. I drive past this hospital every time I go into the city. And I see the families sitting outside in the heat coming from the provinces because their kids have medical issues. Every dollar. $5 might not mean nothing to you, but $5 means a lot to them. I don't need the money, people. I'm putting the link right there. If your heart motivates you to donate to them. I don't need it, man. This ain't no cap at all. Not at all. Here's the page right here. Angkor Hospital for Children. That's the link. The school is right up the street from where I live. These Cambodian kids need your help. And I would never put, I'm not putting no NGO. I'm not putting no nondescript charity. This is a hospital where some of the best doctors in the world come over here and give up their time for free to help take care of these kids. The link is in the chat. Thank you so much, Rubber Man. I get paid Friday too. I see these women. I see these kids. I see them in the hot burning sun outside on that main street waiting for their babies to be taken care of because they've traveled 300 kilometers, 200 kilometers, 100 kilometers outside the city to try to get some goddamn help. Kids are dying over here because of tuberculosis. They're dying over here because of shit we don't even have to worry about in the States anymore. Malaria. Stuff that we've forgotten about. These kids are dying because of it. If I can sit back and spend $100 tonight going downtown to Pub Street in Cambodia, blowing money, getting drunk, hanging out with people, I can give $20, $35, $10 that's going to just help people. Don't give the money to me. I gave you the link. Don't even send the money to me because I don't want no bullshit. I don't even want to handle the money. And I'm not disparaging y'all, brothers. Thank you so much. What I'm just saying is I'm going to give you the direct link. Look at this. Look at the hospital. Look at what they're doing. Because we take shit for granted. Kids over here dying for things that kids in the U.S. are automatically immunized for. And I'm about to drop the link. And I know I've been ratting, so whatever. But we got to do better. We got to do better, man. We got to do better collectively. The only way that you get to keep your joy is by giving it away. I'll say that again. The only way you get to keep your joy is by giving it away. You got to give it to people. Costs you nothing to be a kind person. Tonight, I sat on YouTube and listened to black folks are mad at a white girl. Inside Looking Out. I sent you a shout out earlier on Obsidian, right? Right, Inside Out. Inside Looking Out. I sent you a shout out. Thanks so much, Rubber Band. And I'm glad that y'all sit here listening to my rant. The only way you get to keep your happiness is by giving it away. Helping somebody else. Get out of your selfish shit. We love to wallow in our own shit because it's warm and it's comfortable, but it fucking stinks. Woe is me. There's somebody out there doing worse than you. Yeah, dude. That's what I've been trying to tell you, man. Luxury apartment, $80,000 in Cambodia. $80,000 for luxury with a pool with security. See, people think I'm bullshitting. Dude, I'm in a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom house. I got a huge, the front of my house has a long gate. It has a gate, has a long driveway, palm trees. If you go to the left, I got a gazebo that's huge with a 10-foot bar. The bar in my entertainment area is 10 feet long. It's a bar. So you can entertain over there. And then I got the studio apartment up on the 3rd floor that has a separate entrance from the inside of the house. That's got its own kitchen, got its own bathroom, got all that. And I pay $700 a month for all of that. And now I just turned that rent into a mortgage, which is even less. See, because what we do here is we have facts. Ren, yeah. I want to see brothers happy. I want to see people happy. I want to see people happy. I want to see people happy. You might not be in a position right now where you can lead the states, right, Kevin? Me and you talked about that. It's okay. But you can plan to make it better. And let me drop this caveat. Hold on, fellas. Hello? Yes. Yeah, yeah. Hold on. I'll call you back. I'll call you back. I'm live right now. All right. This is Ed. I'm live right now. Hey, whatever. Hey, but look, listen. You said my son is paying 1,800 a month for one bed. Yeah, exactly. I was paying about the same in the US. I was paying about the same in the US, right? I was paying about the same in Atlanta. And exactly. You know what the average rent here in Cambodia is? The average rent in Cambodia is $250 a month. $250 a month. That's a nice 1-bedroom with a pool, security, and everything. You feel me? I'm living in Atlanta, inside looking out. I'm living in Atlanta in Midtown off Ralph McGill, and I'm paying like $1,600 for a 1-bedroom. And then with the exchange rate, that's 4 to 1. Come on, man, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. To Rubber Band Man, and I'm gonna put the link in. I want somebody to come on and chat with me. You know what? It's like get your stuff together, get your game plan together, and make that move. As long as you got airlines, you can always go back to the States when you need to go back. But you'll have the disposable income to go back because you'll be living for less. That mitigates the price of the travel. I had a BMW M5. The car payment, the insurance, the ridiculous maintenance that I had to spend for that. Exactly. Rent from my condo 12. Yeah, that's a great deal. 1,200 here will get you a goddamn compound. It'll get you a mansion here with like a guest house and all of that. You could have your mistress living in the same compound with you, Eric, if you paid 1,200 here. I just want people to do better. I want you to be happy. Black men for so long have ignored ourselves and what we need. All we really need is peace. Men are some of the most dumbest creatures on the planet. And I'm a man saying that. It don't take much to keep us happy. In all reality. If anybody disagrees with me, say it in the chat. Men got to be some of the most simple creatures on the planet. It don't take much to keep us happy. It's not complicated. Live in a house. Have a good place where you're enjoying your life. George Manning in the building. My man George Manning in the building. We got the Philippines in the building. We have got the Philippines, middle of IT Park, 2-bedroom. Hey, George. I was stuck in the Philippines in 2020 in Lapu-Lapu. Down off Marabago Road. Right? I know about Mango Square. Edward, we love you, Edward. You know those Filipinas. And the Philippines is a great place. Beautiful women. Some of the most nicest people I've ever met in my life are in the Philippines. Filipino women give you the girlfriend experience from day one. Right, George? They give you that experience from day one. They're wonderful people. Great culture, great food. 7,000 some islands. You can leave Cebu, go down to the pier. What is it? Pier 1 or Pier 2. Catch that ferry to Tagbilaran. Then you can go to Bohol, Alona Beach. Am I right? Am I right, George? Let the chat know. Am I right about what I'm talking about? I love Cebu. I love it. The lechon, going down to the big market in the morning by the church. I forget the name of it, but it's a huge market down in Cebu. It's a great place. Explore your options. Ron. Hey, dude, the Philippines is a wonderful place to go. It is, and the women there give you the girlfriend experience, man. They're wonderful people. I scuba dive, so I go to Malapascal. I go down to Oslab with the whale sharks. All of that. Go to Bohol, the Chocolate Hills, all of that. It is absolutely a beautiful country. George, thank you so much for coming on my platform, bruh. Carbon Market. You're absolutely right. There's a lady. Hold on. Let me get Ren's comment first, George. Let me get his. My grandma. Absolutely, bro. That's how I live. You know what, Ren? Boy, I don't even know what to do with you. I don't even know what to do with you, Ren. I really don't know what to do. Full stomach, empty balls. Absolutely right. Carbon market. You're right. You walk in the carbon market, there's a way that you walk around. There's a lady down there that has a whole pig. Carbon, right? Carbon. And she has that great lechon. No answer from whom? JM. Let me make this clear, JM. No woman is a commodity. Let me clarify this, and I'm being real with you, bruh. Nobody, no human being is a commodity. I don't own my wife here in Cambodia. She is not my possession. She's a grown ass woman, human being. And I respect her for that. The reality is, she was raised to be a wife. I don't have to argue with her about cooking me a meal. I don't have to hear, I'm not your mama. I don't have to do this. I don't have to hear shit in my house about what she ain't gonna do. I don't hear about how fucking independent she is. I don't have the drama. And I'm addressing you directly, JM. See, that's that bullshit community talking points. I don't own her. She's free to leave whenever the fuck she wants to leave. I don't hold her here against her will. But you know what she does? She recognizes that Ed is a good man. Ed pays the bills. Ed loves her children. Ed makes sure everything is taken care of. She submitted herself to a man that is worthy of being submitted to. She didn't submit herself to Pookie and Ray Ray because they were fun. They were the thugs. And Ed and Ren and Eric and Unadulterated and Kevin were the boring niggas. We were the boring guys. We were the lame guys. We were the corny guys. Until she has 3 kids by other niggas and wants us to fly in with our capes and save her ass. And she doesn't have the common decency to accept her accountability in that situation. If a man takes sex from her, that's called, it's a crime. Why am I going to stay back in the States and listen to a woman tell me what she ain't going to do? I don't give a goddamn if she has a PhD. I don't give a damn how much money she makes, what car she drives or whatever. Doesn't make her a good wife. So no, we're not talking about women as commodities. I bought commodities. I bought stock. That's what allows me to live abroad. That's what I'm saying. How about women? How about the women in the States take more accountability for their bullshit? You 5'5", 300 pounds talking about you want a high value man. You won't go to the gym because you don't want to sweat your hair out. You're such a smart, independent woman, but every dude that you mess with tricked you into having a baby. Stop it. How about these women that are going down to Jamaica on the raft trips, getting their backs blown out by underage Jamaican dudes? Who's gonna make the videos about them? They calling us sex tourists or whatever. Who's gonna make the videos about them? They doing it, but it's a girls' trip. It's hot girl summer. What about the sip and paint parties where they got glory holes and they going down on the men? Where are those videos, JM? Have you posted them? Have you talked about those videos? Have you talked about the blatant hypocrisy of what these women are talking about? You know why they mad? Because passport bros are not being simps no more. We tired of hearing it. We dusty, crusty, no good. So you know what though? We leaving. Yeah, the culture is the difference. The level of respect afforded to men who were unadulterated. Let me give you a hand clap, bro. Let me give you a hand clap. Respect afforded to men that are worthy of it. The value placed on roles within family. Unadulterated just said it. I could tell my wife right now, Sim, go downstairs, get me some coffee. All right, baby. You know why? Because I paid for the electricity. I paid for the coffee. I make sure she's safe. She takes pride in the fact that she takes care of her man. I don't have to hear that independent bullshit. Take that back to the community. You know what I'm saying? You absolutely right, Ren. I see your comment. The females who are talking about part of the whole wholesome, beautiful. You know, my grandmama didn't twerk. My grandmama didn't have a hot girl summer. My aunties weren't showing their ass all over the internet. How you want to be treated like a traditional woman when you don't act like one? And JM, dude, I don't have an issue with you, dude. I don't even really know you. But if you're going to come in here with the talking points and take the smoke, invite some of those women that you defending to come on. Dr. Umar got 2 babies by 2 different women. He's been taking money from those women for all of these years for a school that nigga ain't never put a fucking brick on. And you caught him on video talking to a snow bunny when he's calling black women queens. You know why you get called a queen is when you act like a queen. So save that, bro. They don't value us. You're absolutely right. Stop being the dick police. You know what, though? And Ron, I'm going to speak on that, brother. Listen, if I earn my money legally and I go to a country where prostitution is legal and I buy some pussy, that's my business. I'm not breaking the law. You know what I love about countries where prostitution is legal? It makes the pussy less valuable. Because every woman in that country knows that he can just go buy it anywhere that he can get it. So that you can't hold that over my head. So let's just stop it. Did somebody ask wife to do something? I'm sure she doesn't budge when it's time. Hey, listen, bro. Unadulterated. And I'm saying this to you directly, my brother. I love my wife here in Cambodia so much more. I protect her, provide for her, do whatever the fuck she needs me to do because I know that she got my back. Her submission translates to responsibility to me. And I'll say that again. The more she submits, the more that she gives herself to me, the more responsible I feel for her. The more that I want to do for her. See, all those talking points, they're commodities. They're uneducated. A woman in the Philippines speaks Tagalog. She's taught in English, so she automatically is bilingual. I got a sister in the States asking me, not asking me, but asking me what my problem is. Can't even speak her own language. And then if that Filipino woman is dating a guy from Germany, wherever it is, she speaks his language too, or at least she's learning it. So she's trilingual. Black women started that fucking fight. They were the ones that went on TikTok and started going after these foreign women. And they didn't think that these foreign women were going to clap back. So, JM, I'm going to pose this question to you. Will those black sisters travel to the Philippines now after they've talked shit to those Filipino women? And I'll wait for your response. I want to hear your response. Are they going to leave Jamaica alone and buy a plane ticket and fly to Manila and face these women that they have disparaged? Because these women are mothers, daughters, wives that you called uneducated, dirty foot, can't speak English. Are they going to fly over there and talk to them? You're right. Competition makes it harder. My wife ain't no goddamn commodity. My wife is an asset. She's an asset. She balances me. I rely on her. When I'm thinking wrong and maybe the way that I'm thinking is wrong, she's the one person in this house that has the balls to sit back and say, you know what, Ed, you wrong on that. She loves me enough to be real with me. She is my precious cargo. That's what my wife is. She's my precious cargo. It's my job to protect her and our children and our family because she cares about family. JM says, I feel. Oh, fuck me. Oh, my God. You said, I feel the Philippines is. Hold on. Hold on. Why am I getting this feedback? Hold on for a second. Uh, okay, here we go. All right, y'all. I feel the Philippines is not a good tourist spot for black women because they are not into Pinoy men like that much, and I don't think Pinoy. Hey, JM, you know why the Philippines? Hold on, bruh. I'm about to drop this. And I got to put the sound effect. I'm about to drop this. Let me show you, JM. Bear with me. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you because I think I can find this video pretty easy. Because I got a shit ton of videos on here. I'm gonna show you why the Philippines isn't a welcoming place for Filipino women, for black women. You know why it's not? Because they started a fight. Because black women started a fight. Because black women started a goddamn fight with women overseas. They started it. They called them dirty foot. They got, like, oh my God, dude. Oh my goodness. I'm sitting there trying to find this. Here we go. Here we go.
And is going out and dating these other races. They lead them with their femininity. I tell you that.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing. Black men expect black women to bring everything to the table, and that is not asked from other ethnicities.
No, we don't. We do not. Black men expect black women to bring everything to the table.
But when it comes to other ethnicities, that's not the same. It's
not even that they expect us to bring everything to the table.
If you acting like a man, what do men do?
No, it's
bring
not
everything
that.
to the table. So if you want to act like that, so what you got to bring to the table, right?
Great point.
But I feel like. Okay, so I'm
gonna
say
do yes women. That's all it is. They want women.
No, we said we want you guys to be strong.
The black men want the yes women.
We even want you to have some.
And this is why there's such a disconnect. Because
when I just said to her, you go alpha to straight to yes. Here she go. They just want yes women now. We don't want alpha, so we just want yes women.
There's no compromise.
There's no. All right, cool.
And y'all want us to say yes, because by us saying no.
So
I think the solution is show up for each other. Show up for each other, and then you'll see that someone can start.
But if you lead with your femininity, you will get men that's showing up for you.
But now, but that's the thing. Not
Are you
only,
a woman? How you know?
I'm a fucking. Hold on. I know because what I'm attracted to is feminine women, and I'm a man that's going to show up for a woman. So I know what I'm.
Sorry, it's just
all this independent shit, right?
Y'all chasing
I'm all about reciprocation.
No, hey,
Control,
brother.
like
but it's a part of
to the point, man.
Get into my. Show me anywhere in the animal kingdom where the two alphas was.
I want to get to the
that can make them masculine.
What do y'all? It's like,
do y'all?
Yes.
I talk about masculinity too much to talk about. We know how to be women.
So I'm gonna just say this for myself. Some might say that I'm an alpha woman, but I don't call myself an alpha woman. Someone's always gonna need, like, you're.
I'm not even trying to paint that narrative. What I am saying is,
hey, hold on, y'all.
Mission as just I'm just gonna shut up.
Sassy Dan. Day, and then I text for it.
Hold on, y'all.
Yes.
Women are the only ones allowed to have attitude,
right? But sometimes it's like they take it too far. It's like, I get the whole we're in the whole matching energy, but like I don't think it's like that's.
Those are the.
Hey, y'all.
Exactly
That's all.
There's a few in this video.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? But we want you to be strong and lead.
Speaking for personal experience, like I know that I have a very masculine.
For that, you know what I mean? What we're asking for is a feminine woman. As an alpha, that means you are exhibiting.
Okay, but it's not okay, but it's normal. Like it's normalized.
And men are now starting to say, yo, I'm not settling, because most women just, feel like they say, oh, I'm sorry, you got to get over it. Oh, it's all about pleasing me. Oh, we fucked. It's not, you're not happy.
Sometimes it's like they take it too far. It's like, I get the whole we're in the whole matching energy, but
this sister
control, like it's
I'm sorry, y'all, but bear with me. Please.
Now he becomes sassy. Now
Okay,
he becomes,
no. Actually, it's really this. It's like, it's really in the conversations. Like, I'm sure we've all seen like Twitter threads of like the outlandish stuff that men say to women these days. And it's very sassy and very like, damn, bitch, like, what's wrong with you?
What,
like,
feed me? Go make daddy a plate? I've seen
no,
those
like, not even stuff like that. Like, just very, like, I'm trying to think of specific
I'm like, you don't have no examples. Like, I don't know, man.
Okay, what's a good example?
Why you gotta think of a social media example if you're experiencing this though? Like y'all speaking like
watching.
This.
You never know who's listening.
You ain't gotta say no names.
But they're gonna know it's them. They be like, damn, you talking about me on the podcast.
Right.
Like,
now he know how you feel about him. Now you know how you feel about him. Tell him. Go ahead.
I think a lot of times women like to use, these homophobic.
Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share this. And thank y'all so much. But I want y'all to, I think I found it on TikTok. Sorry about the internet lag.
The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education.
This woman,
women that don't have education can speak very little English. Women that can speak very little English. Women that don't have education.
This woman is 100% correct. I am a Thai woman born and raised in Thailand by Thai parents, and I can guarantee that I have no education and cannot speak English at all. So the fact that you're hearing my English right now is because I'm using an AI to translate my tribal Gugu Gaga language into English so that you can understand me. And in fact, I'm not even the one doing it myself because I don't even know what an AI is. So there's a white man right beside me who is doing all of this for me.
You see what I mean, JM? I apologize to y'all for taking y'all through the back. Right? Let me tell you why. See, black women started this fight. Black women started this fight. And I'm going to get caught up in the comments in a minute. Black women started this fight. What's up, Jeff in Brazil? Airborne all the way. Black women started this fight. They can't speak English. You just saw the video. They can't speak English. They can't do that. You know why Panay men are not checking for them? Because they don't want to deal with no motherfucking argumentative ass woman. They don't want to deal with an argumentative ass woman. Right? They don't want to deal with that.
Argumentative. We find any and everything to argue over except something constructive. In fact, we don't consider it a good time unless we've been arguing and fighting with someone over something. We argue in defense of being single mothers. We argue in defense of cursing every other word and being whores because the men do it too. And we argue against accountability for our own actions. And we hide behind God and Jesus to do that with. Only God can judge me. They define themselves by conflict and not by who they're building with. You'll find one or a whole generation of Black females fighting and holding grudges in any Black family in America. 14 years ago, my grandfather was in the hospital dying. All of his children came to the hospital, 6 men and 2 women, and they were in the corridor discussing his care. And it was the 2 females that got into an argument over my grandfather's care. And that devolved into an argument over who was his favorite daughter.
Fair use.
And they haven't been speaking since. There's a TV show I watched called Boardwalk Empire. And on the show in, I believe, season 3, there is this ultra-violent gangster named Jip Rossetti. And it's said that he's so mean that he can find the insult in a bouquet of roses. That pretty well describes the average Black female today. And the sad part is we're proud of this. We're proud to be loud and argumentative and rude and turn around and call that foolishness a strength. And then when nobody wants to argue with us anymore, we'll yell, "You can't handle a strong Black woman." This isn't just a cultural quirk. This illustrates a fundamental difference between the way Black women handle conflict and the way the rest of the world does. No matter how inappropriate or petty the issue, we will find a reason to fight, and if she can't find one, she'll make one. Even if she knows what she's going to see she's not going to like, she'll go there anyway just to argue with people over their opinions. Go to any social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you'll find a Black female arbitrarily arguing with people that she does not know just because they're opinions. And the goal is never to come to a resolution. The goal is to just vent this never-ending cauldron of hate and anger and rage that's inside of her. I want you to take a look at something. I want you to watch this clip. It's a clip of an interview.
Hey, listen, I'm not going to go into the clip, but it's a clip of LeBron James. So for JM, let me tell you why there's not a passport women movement. To my boy Jeff in Brazil, airborne all the way. Hey, check this out, y'all. You see what I have here? I have this little hat on that says Airborne, 82nd Airborne Division. That means I jumped out of perfectly good airplanes, that I was a jump master. And my boy Jeff in Brazil did the same thing with me. That we have a brotherhood. That we have a brotherhood. Even though I've never met the guy, I love him. There's nothing he can do about it. You in Cambodia, me, Brazil, women that understand family values, take care of their man. It's wife skills, cook, multi-language, child care, is culture, manhunt, women, the home, and the children. God damn it, dude. Same thing with George Manning down in Cebu. You feel me? Black women can't roll the same way passport bros roll. If you look at my channel, and I want everybody that subscribed to my channel, I want you to look at the video that I did where I sat back and I said, I congratulate Black women for traveling. And the woman said, oh yeah, the Russian guy's checking for me. The Thai guy is checking for me. Right? Exactly. They've known each other. You know, unadulterated truth. I mean, that's my homeboy. I've never met Jeff, but Jeff is airborne, just like me. I wear this shit with fucking pride. I can't tell you how much airborne shit I have in my house. And when I go down to Brazil, Jeff is sending me, there's a celebration in Brazil of the Brazilian military airborne guys. And I want him to have another American airborne guy there with him to have his back, a jump master. So Jeff, I wasn't just a paratrooper. I'm a current and qualified jump master. You hear me? I got my star and my wreath. You feel me? And you understand exactly what that means. But back to the point with JM. You know why Black women in this whole little sphere can't roll the same way passport bros roll? Because those men ain't gonna put up with their shit. Now, they'll knock her off because she's beautiful and she's sexy and she's chocolate. See, in Thailand, there's a thing called Mang Nai. Right? There's a thing called Mang Nai. And I'm educating you. And Mang Nai means second wife. Other wife. So in the Thai culture, it is not a big deal that a Thai man has a side chick. That's just part of the culture. I'm not saying that all Thai men do that. I'm not talking bad about the Thai culture, but I'm saying it's a thing. And if you watch my video, I explain it. That's why over here, I give context to my videos. I give proof to my videos. I give you something that you can fucking Google and see. Mang Thai. So the bottom line is he can have a side chick and his main chick ain't going to be mad about it. She might be mad, but she ain't going to say shit. Now, JM, I'm going to ask you, to you, brother, and I don't want to scare you away from the channel. I'm not mad at you, brother. I got nothing but love for you. But I'm going to ask you this question. How many sisters are going to deal with being the second wife? The girl in the video said, the Arab men are checking for me. The Middle Eastern men are checking for me. Well, he got 4 wives. She don't want to share a man in the U.S. So she going to share herself with 3 more women? Rubber Band Man, I hear you. You more than welcome, dog. Because I love to flow with you. Matter of fact, there was a dude that said today, Ed, I only come to your channel to hear you and Rubber Band Man talk. So, dude, you more than welcome to come on. I feel you. But let me finish this up. So the bottom line is, you can't fake femininity, JM. You can't fake submission. You can't fake it. She can bring, you know what, though? I was down in Cartagena, Colombia. See, I'm not talking about shit that I can't that I can't prove. Because look right here. See, I got 2 passport books. 2. Because I used one and they punch holes in it because I used up all the pages. That was the 26 book page. See that? And then now I got the 52 book page that I got the visas in it, right? You see the visas? You know, you see this? This is immigration, right? And you know, I got all that. You feel me? So I'm on my 2nd book. I'm not talking about food stamps. I'm talking about passport stamps. So I'm not talking out of my ass. Black women gonna come over here and get knocked upside the head. You're gonna come over here with that argumentative attitude. You're gonna come over here with that BS talking about what you're not gonna do. And you can get popped in the mouth. In a system that's unlike the US, where it's tilted toward the woman. Now, I'm going to give you a caveat. I don't promote domestic violence, DV. I don't. Shouldn't put your hands on a woman. We'll talk about that later. Shouldn't put your hands on a woman. But if you come over here in this culture with that same mindset as a woman, they can't roll like we roll. These Cambodian families don't want a mixed race baby. They don't want their Cambodian sons having a baby with Keisha. They don't want that. They don't want that. They don't even want their Cambodian daughters messing with foreign men. See, that's what you don't hear about. I've had Cambodian girls tell me I like foreign men, but I can't mess with them because my family won't allow it. We need to keep everything Cambodian, including the babies. So no, JM, it's not that there's a reason why the Pinoy men ain't checking for them, because they got a fucked up attitude and they bringing it from the States. They're bringing it from the States. They're bringing that same fucked up attitude, fucked up mindset, loud mouth, argumentative, always got to be right. Right? They're bringing the same thing. And you bring that to a different country, you're not going to get, because let me tell you something, and I'm going to call black men out on this. I'm sorry I'm on my rant, fellas, but I'm going to say this. This is what a lot of black women bring. Right here. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Bring that here. Bring that to Cambodia. Come here and go off on a Khmer man in public and embarrass that man in front of his people and his family and see if you don't go to her ass. And then what's she gonna do? Go to the police for help? This ain't the US, sis. That's not how it works here. Don't bring that drama here. See, let me tell you something about black men. Men, Rubber Band Man, you might be mad at me for this, and Eric, unadulterated, all that. Men are some dumb individuals. We're very simple, man. Feed us, fuck us, and put us to bed. If you feed me, if my belly's full, my nuts are empty, I'm good. I don't really need much more. You travel here. So when we travel, especially as black men, I'm taller than damn near everybody in Cambodia. I'm probably taller than everybody in Cambodia, and I'm 6 feet. I don't have a six-pack. I got a little mini keg. But I tower over the guys here. And these Khmer women love having that. Because it's in their nature. But you know what? When I land at the airport, I have to go through immigration. I got to get my visa stamped. They have to allow me into the country. So I'm a fucking guest. If I go to Unadulterated house, if I go to Rubber Band Man's house, if I go to Eric's house, if I go to Kevin's house, I'm a fucking guest. If I go down to Albany, Georgia, and I ride down 300 through the pecan field, and I go to his house, and his wife tells me, Ed, take your goddamn shoes off before you come in my house. Either take the shoes off or get your black ass out of here. That's the same thing when you come here. You're a guest to this country. You can't come here with that Western mentality. These Khmer men ain't really mad that you talking to their women. You afford that woman a better life than he could probably ever afford her. And you know what, though? Who's really losing? She's broke. She ain't got no money. She might have some good tank, but she got your back. I got the money. I got the resources. I'll take care of you. You love me. You respect me. You don't try to belittle me. You don't try to tell me how much you don't need me. Everybody wins. Fuck it. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. She's happy. You're happy. Everybody wins. Because let me tell you something. As a 52-year-old black dude in the U.S., I'm not going to have no sister tell me what the fuck she ain't going to do. When I'm paying all the bills, when I'm taking care of everything, when I'm raising some other niggas' kids, you're not going to tell me what I got to do. Because I ain't got to do a goddamn thing. Lowering your standards? I'm lowering my standards to fuck with you. My youngest daughter graduates from college. I don't have student loan debt. I don't owe child support. I don't owe back taxes. I make more money than I pay out. So how the fuck are you lowering your standards to mess with me? I wish that more black men would see the worth that they have in themselves. Unadulterated, am I lying? If you still here, give me a 1, bruh. I mean, seriously. I mean, the thing is how am I lowering my standards to be with you? How you lowering your standards to kick it with me? JM, brother, listen. You are welcome on my platform anytime you want. Whatever you want to say, dude. Listen, the one thing that I won't engage in is one black man going after another black man because we have a difference of opinion. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it, JM. I'm not going to call you no names. I'm not going to call you out your name, brother. I don't even know you. If you come to Cambodia, you want to kick it with me, bruh, mi casa es su casa, dude. You can sit here, my girl. My girl will cook for you. My daughters will cook for you. See, while I'm sitting here talking my shit, there's this woman sitting right here that listens to it all. And she understands exactly where I'm coming from. And she allows me to be me. You see that? She don't have a PhD. She ain't worried about 6 figures. She understands that she has a man that takes care of her and our children and our grandchildren and everything. You understand what I'm saying? That's what the fuck life is about. Unadulterated, my wife heard me. Oh! Unadulterated, you about to make me. Hey, unadulterated. Someone cutting onions, bro. My allergies are kicking in. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, unadulterated. My lady sits right here, lays on the couch. You know why she's laying on the couch? You know why she's laying on the couch? Because she just closed her bar. After she closed the store that she runs. After she closed the food stall that her and her daughters run. So she comes home at 2 o'clock in the morning after she's closed her 3rd business. But I'm in the US, but I got to hold a woman at gunpoint. But I got to hold a woman at gunpoint to cook me dinner. See, because unadulterated, I'm going to tell you this, and Kevin, I'm going to tell you this. I don't want my channel to be about arguing with passport bro haters. That's useless. I got better shit to do. My platform is about showing real receipts. This woman lays right here. She's exhausted, dude. She's asleep because she's worked all fucking day. She's asleep right here because she's worked all day. But she'll still get up when I get off of this call tonight. You know the first thing she'll say to me, Kevin? Baby, you want coffee? Are you hungry? Do you need something to eat? JM, that's the woman that you call a commodity. Like she's a fucking possession. No, she's a queen. She's a queen. She doesn't have the education. She doesn't have the money. But you know what she has? She has me. My airborne bro, you're absolutely right. Both men and women, they act superior, but there's zero kick US crap. I understand the culture. You do it there. You're absolutely right, man. This woman knows my faults. I get ready to go out sometimes. She's like, baby. And I love the way the command women say that. Baby. Don't drink too much. I'm worried about your health. I'm worried about how you're doing. I want you to get home safe. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you how conditioned some of us black men are. We don't even know how to handle that. Is she setting me up? Is she trying to make me feel like she's really cool about it? But when I get back, she's going to flip the fuck out? Absolutely. Unadulterated, if you can link up with this brother and you can have him share the story that he shared with me. Now, first of all, deep in my heart, I don't like unadulterated truth because I'm jealous of the brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm giving him some love hate. You know, brother was on Wall Street. Brother's is a script writer, filmmaker. I'm trying to get into filmmaking. I got my own ideas. I really want to make films. I want to make documentaries. I want to get into filmmaking. I want to make films that matter. I want to make films that touch people, and I want to do that. And unadulterated. Let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong in this world for me saying that I'm jealous of a dude for the right reasons. And I'm jealous of unadulterated truth for all the right reasons. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I would love to sit down with this brother and sit back and tell him, hey, dude, I want to make films. I want to make documentaries. I think that I have a lot of shit to share that could help other people. But I want to know about what the camera angles are. I want to know when I need to pan a shot in, or when I need to do wide angle, or when I need to do close-ups. You know, when do I need to do a voiceover? You know, how can I make my video impactful to somebody? And I have to humble myself to go to a brother that knows all of that, that might be able to put me in contact with people to help me make that dream come true. I only make fun of people that I love, like Kevin. He's in Albany. If you want to go see Kevin, you got to go down this long ass road past these fucking pecan tree orchards for like 80 miles before you get to Albany. Then you'll get to Kevin's house. That's how you get there, unadulterated. But unadulterated, dude, I mean, you stimulated me when you sat back and you said, dude, I was in the films, I was into this, because that's what I want to do. I'm taking classes online about camera angles and how to properly edit scenes and views and how I can convey the real message I'm trying to get through in my films. That I'm trying to do unadulterated. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the type of things I'm willing to humble myself because I love documentaries. I love inspirational historical documentaries that help educate people and help lift them out of the current condition that they're in. Because if you don't know your past, there's no way that you can plan your future. There's no way you can do that. You shared your pain with me about your ex-wife. Same thing with you, Kevin. I had the same pain. I went to jail in Cartersville, Georgia. I got arrested. They charged me with simple battery because I yelled at my wife. I yelled at her because she was hitting me. My 22-year-old daughter that I'm going to her graduation was 3 years old. You know what my 3-year-old daughter told the police? Mama hit daddy. Mama hit daddy. My 22-year-old daughter told the police, my daddy did nothing wrong, but mama hit daddy, but I went to jail. They put my name in the newspaper. I was in jail for 3 days. And then you know what my ex-wife said? Y'all need to let him out of jail because if he loses his job, then I got to go back to work. She told the police, don't arrest my husband. Because if you arrest him, he's going to lose his job. Then I got to go back to work. That's when I realized that the system in the U.S. ain't made for me. She claimed, unadulterated, she claimed that somebody called my cell phone from a motel. Was not the case. I was at work. I worked 11 to 7. I wasn't messing with nobody. I was taking my kids to Little League. I was taking my daughter to cheerleading practice. I was doing. I wasn't. I mean, nigga, I tell you right now, because why I got a lot of y'all. I wasn't smashing nobody. I ain't even really want to smash her. But I was trying to keep it in the road. But it was almost on the same level. Like she wanted that. You know what? Let me tell you when I knew that it was bullshit. Her mom and dad rode down from Fayetteville, North Carolina, 7 hours. They rode down to Georgia. You know her mama said to me, unadulterated? Baby, it's okay. I know how she is. In other words, you're telling me that your daughter's full of shit. But now I got to take anger management. I got to go to court. But she don't want me to lose my job because now she can't be. She was a stay-home mom, unadulterated. I paid all the bills. But she called the police on me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes they get that, Eric. But unadulterated, that's what she said. I was the one. They put my name in the newspaper for DV. They shamed me. And you know what she said after it was all over, unadulterated, and Kevin? She said, I'm sorry. I got emotional. Can you drop the charges against him? He never touched me. He never hit me. I just took it too far. You know what the DA said? It's not up to you. In the state of Georgia, once you file that charge, it's up to the DA to make the choice. Am I right, Kevin? And to speak on what you just said, unadulterated, I told her mother, I pay the bills. I bought the house. I work every day. She's a stay-home mom. I don't cheat. I'm here. She said, Ed, and this is what her mother said to me, unadulterated. You a good father. You do this, you do that. She said, but that's what you're supposed to do. Why you want me to give you credit for what you're supposed to do? And that's when I knew where the delusion was coming from. So I made the most heartbreaking decision of my life. I left her and I left my kids. They were 4 and 6. I left my kids. I filed for divorce because I said, I can't deal with this. You know how hard that was? Me growing up without my dad, you know how fucking hard that was? And now, at 52 years old, I'm still trying to make up for that. Because she poisoned the kids against me. Your daddy left you. Now, she left out all the other shit. She left out everything that she had to do with it. So that's why now at 52 years old, I'm still trying to make up to grown ass kids about some adult shit. But you know what? I never talk bad about their mother in front of them. I never talk bad about that woman no matter what she did in front of them. I never did that. I kept my side of the street clean. Taz 3,000 in the building. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Let's give a shout out to Taz 3,000 in the fucking building. My daughter knows, my 22-year-old daughter, unadulterated, that's about to graduate from college, knows because my daughter told the police, Mama hit Daddy. You don't think that my 20-year-old daughter remembers that? I tried to walk away. I walked away the same way that this brother in Mississippi did. That's why the fuck I was crying when I made that video about that. If you watch my video, I was crying. Why was I crying? Because this shit brought back so many memories for me. My little 3-year-old daughter told the police, "Mama hit daddy." And the policeman looked at her like, the child ain't lying. Ed might lie. You might lie. But this little girl is not lying. But I went to jail. I had to pay for the lawyer. I had to go to fucking anger management. I had to try to save my job. The job that was allowing her to stay at home. So now you're going to fuck up our income and our house. You're a stay-home mom. But you're going to try to get me fired because you in your feelings. And then she got remarried. Unadulterated. My ex-wife got remarried. I went up to Fayetteville, North Carolina. I used to go to the football games, the basketball games, some of them with my kids, with her and her new husband. And me and this brother had a talk. You married her? Nigga, I was the first dude at the motherfucking wedding with a big ass gift. Here you go. You can have that crazy chick. Here you go. I got a big red bow on it. You can have her. And then he divorced her. He divorced her. So what's the common denominator in this whole situation? Her. What's the common denominator? Kevin, feminism? Yeah, it is. Because you're going to lose in court, bruh. You're not going to win that. You know, I sat there when my 16-year-old son started bucking up to his stepfather, unadulterated. I went down there and I checked my son. I sat back and I told my son, I said, man, listen, this is the man of the house. Respect him. Don't talk to that man like that. Don't tell that man he's not your daddy. Nigga, you know he's not your daddy. He knows and all of that. Don't do that. I sat down with that man face to face. Listen, I was married to her. Y'all are married now. Treat my kids good and me and you have no issue. But he divorced her. He left her. So when she came back to me like, Ed, what's wrong with men? I said, baby, there's only one common denominator in this, and that's your ass. I left you, and he left you too. Why? That has to be on you. But in the meantime, you poison the kids against me. Your dad never loved you. Your dad never cared about you. See, all this other YouTube space, motherfuckers ain't talking about what the real issue is. No one wants to hear the pain that men deal with as well. That's why I go out of my way, Kevin, and all of y'all. Rubber Band Man, I'm sorry, dog. I just saw it. Let me add you to the stream, bro. I truly apologize. You know, you my dude. You my guy. Rubber Band Man shared the same thing with me. My man in Hampton Roads.
Man, I just got off, boy. You flowing tonight. The flow is serious. I'm driving back to the house, boy. I mean, I had to sit back and pull over and take notes. I'm like, good Lord. Like, good Lord, he dropping some
Hey, bro, the thing about it is sometimes the universe speaks to you and it sits back and says that there's just some shit that needs to be said. Sometimes there's times that, men hurt too.
Yeah. You know, the one thing I can tell you this, man, when my ex broke my heart, man, It's almost like, you know what I'm saying, she took pleasure. I look back now, man, she took pleasure in that. I sit back and I look at it, dude, it's like, and you know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'm glad I saw that because I know how, you know what I'm saying, like one thing I learned from from like a father figure of mine. He told me this. He said, look, man, he said, you know what I'm saying? He said, the journey's not over with, son. I said, what you mean? He said, well, she's becoming a new woman, but see, she, you know what I'm saying, but you're becoming a new man. You know what I'm saying? Just like she thinks she's better than you, he said, everything's got to come full circle. She's got to see the new you. And he said, and he said, you were keeping the wolves away. Now that you're gone, you know what I'm saying, the wolves are going to come. And I'm like, you know, I had to sit down for a minute because it was, you know, brother, it was that deep. I mean, he said, brother, you were keeping the wolves away. Now you got to go. Now you ain't there to keep the wolves away. You know, and I mean, the stuff you said tonight, dude, like I had to like, it had me time traveling back in my mind through the stuff I've been through about 3 years ago when the breakup happened. I like, dang, I mean, you know, I went through a lot of that stuff, man. I mean, it was the disrespect, the looking down, and you know, and not being supported when you're trying to build something.
I mean, doesn't that? I mean, Rubber Band Man, doesn't that hurt, dude? I was sitting in traffic on 75 North, trying to go home, and I pulled over and I went to motherfucking Holiday Inn Express, and I got a room, and I said to myself, "Ain't no way I can walk back up in that house and deal with this shit tonight."
No, you can't, man. I mean, I was staying with my ex, and sometimes, man, when I got off work, I mean, even though I was waiting on my new spot, she would just treat me bad, like I was some dude that had put hands on her. I'm like, dude, I'm like, yo, time out. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're breaking up, but you gotta treat me like this. I'm a good man. Why are you acting this way? You know what I'm saying? But you know, she joined the church. She listened to these women in the church. You know what I'm saying? Who probably got a man themselves, and they got her thinking this way, and she's looking down on me, and I'm like, but the good thing is, as someone told me, see, son, you glad you saw it, because imagine you had married her, had a couple kids, and everything fell apart. You know what I'm saying? He said she would have took you through the ringer. And last night, Ed, I sat in that car down the beach, and I'm talking about I sat in that car, and I was just hurting. I mean, that was a tough time to get through it. You know what I'm saying? And it was all a facade, because the minute that I got ready to leave, when the day came for me to leave and go my separate way, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, she started crying. And I remember you said a while back, you said this on one of your things, on one of your videos. You know what I'm saying? You said these broads like trying to be in their masculine form. Did they realize how much they screwed up? Then all of a sudden, here comes this now. Because the day I got ready to leave, you know what I'm saying, all the tears flowing. I'm probably making the worst decision of my life. Can you ever forgive me? No, sweetie, you made the decision.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. No, I'm not gonna forgive you. I mean, the thing about it, bruh, is that I mean, absolutely. The thing is, dude, when I got arrested and I'm in jail in Georgia, my kids T-ball coach was the head jailer, Rubber Band. That's the dude that woke me up. He walked in, he said, dude, I read your name in the intake report, and I was trying to figure out why were you arrested for DV. He said, did you hit her? I said, man, I ain't touched nobody. He said, dude, in the state of Georgia, raising your voice to a woman is considered simple battery.
Yeah.
You feel me? I mean, dude, the embarrassment of my name being put in the newspaper. They put my name in the newspaper, and then when I got out of jail, And I went back home to my house. Here's my daughter. She's 3 years old. You know, my wife's mom, dad are there. Now check this out, Rubber Band Man. Use your daughter. Why does the mama hug me as soon as I walk in the house? Because the mom knows that her daughter full of shit. And then my daughter said, my 3-year-old daughter, Mama, mommy hit daddy. Out of the mouth of babes. And I was just sitting there for a minute, man, like, wow. I couldn't believe it. Unadulterated truth. They can be aware that they're making a bad decision, but in the emotion of the moment, they're still concerned that they need to be. Again, shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. They think that they can just sort it out. Listen, man, I did everything in my power, brothers. I didn't cheat. I didn't go out. I didn't drink. I didn't do none of that. You know, I went to cheerleading practice. I went to t-ball practice. I did all that shit, and I still went to jail. So at the end of the day, how the fuck can you be mad at me for being at least a little jaded when it comes to that shit?
Hey man, hey, I'm gonna say this, man. The thing that hurt me the most was, you know, this chick was already on the phone, talking to some dude that she knew from high school, 4 states away, who got a kid. And I'm looking at her like, yo, time out. You don't know what this guy's doing up there. He telling you exactly what you want to hear.
So she just left you for 14 after 14 years of being with you. She left you for something that she thought could be better.
Yeah, because she got into the church, and I guess once again they make more money because, I'm gonna just give a short synopsis. At one time, I was making about $90,000 a year. I got a master's degree in business, and I stumbled into the counseling field. I don't know how I did it, but sometimes God taking away. And I got to a job where I was making about.
So you were making 90,000.
I'll take that back. I say about $80,000 a year because I was working. I was a counselor making about $28 an hour, and the company was paying me for marketing and counseling. So I'm making about 80 grand a year. All right. Obamacare came down the pike because at that time period, the counseling agency needed men. So as long as you had a 4-year degree, they would train you up. Well, since I had a degree, a master's degree in business, I was doing marketing too. So I had like maybe 7 kids I would see. Make a long story short, 7 cases that I got paid for the marketing. So I'm making about 80. And I had a condo. All right. So making a long story short, you know what I'm saying? I was Obamacare came and they changed all the regulations. So therefore, to be in the counseling field, you gotta have a counseling degree. All right. I lost my job. You know what I'm saying? I lost my house. I had to start from scratch. It took me about 6-7 years just to get back to where I am right now. You know what I'm saying? And the minute when everything started to turn for me, that's when she wanted to leave. You know what I'm saying? That's when she wanted to leave. And because she had her sister and brother-in-law stay with her for about 10 years, they stayed with her for about 10 years. And,
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I ain't gonna interrupt your show like that. Sorry about that. Yeah, so but
No. No. I need you to keep talking. I mean, but dude, if you're making that type of money, even from the beginning, you're well above what the average dude is making.
You know what, man? It's you ever say I had
Right?
lost my job. Yeah. I had lost my and I had to work to get there. And I thought I had got there, and all of a sudden, my owner had embezzled money. The company folded, and now I'm back down to square one because I'm a business guy with a degree working in the educational counseling human service field. So in the private sector, you know what I'm saying, that job experience doesn't really help too much. So I started back. I was working 3 jobs at one time. I was doing contracting work, doing merchandising, and I had to rebuild myself. And don't get it wrong, I mean, she helped me down. She paid my rent for a little bit. I had to get a place. She helped me down. And I said, okay, well, hell, I said, this woman hold me down, so I gotta marry this woman. But little did I know, man, you know what I'm saying, that she didn't want me. She didn't want me. So I'm thinking that, yo, she helped me
What did
down.
she
I gotta
want?
stick it out.
I mean, she just wanted the security.
You know what, man? The one thing about my ex, man, she always looking at what everybody else had. You know what I'm saying? She's looking at what her coworkers had. She had the Miss Ann syndrome. You know what I'm saying? She works around these white women in the pharmacy field on base, and she see these women going on vacation with their husband. I said, look, darling, they don't get there overnight. They building with each other. You know what I'm saying? They have to build. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get what he done taking these trips off the bat. They're building. I said, look, your sister and brother-in-law have been staying with you for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And I said, they got a kid in the house off your back. Off your back. You know what I'm saying? I said, your sister didn't sacrifice her marriage for you, but you sacrificed us for them. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, you know, she joined the church, start talking to these women in the church, and all of a sudden,
Which are the
man, you know
worst.
what I'm saying?
They're the worst. They're the worst.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, I mean, when she broke me, she did a 360, started treating me like garbage. I'm like, yo, I've never put my hand, I've done right by you. Yes, hey, we've been through struggles, but yeah. And the minute that I turned the curve and things started going my way, that's when she wanted to bounce. And here I'm like, yo, so I find out she talking to this dude 4 states away in New York with a kid. I said, this dude got a kid for you. You don't know what he doing up there. He 4 states away. You don't know what he doing.
Has she ever tried to holler back at you? Has she ever tried to get back with you?
No, man, you know what? I don't want a man to call me back anything because I had.
Man, I'm not saying that you want to. I'm just asking. Has she ever tried to backtrack?
Nope. Because pride. Like you said, homie. Like you said, I think it was you or what somebody said. I forgot who it was. He said, this white dude said he was dating his sister, and he says that the sister and him got an argument, and the sister was almost damn near ready to destroy the relationship because that means she had to admit that she was wrong, and for her to do that means she got to come back. In other words, I had a brother tell me this. There's a dumb old head. He said, "Look, man, don't worry about it." He said, "Don't worry." He said, "Look, man, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the last time you heard from her." You know what I'm saying? He said, you know what I'm saying? He said, you know what I'm saying? He said, brother, this ain't the last time. He said, she's gonna have to go out there and see the grass ain't greener. She's 38 years old. He said, she got a lot of competition. You know, so he said, right now, this is your time, you know what I'm saying, as you would say, to put energy into you. Because
hey, rubber band. Hey, rubber band, let me tell you something, man. You know, before I came to Southeast Asia, right? Because I'm 52, right?
Yeah.
Before I came to Southeast Asia, when I was in the US, I used to always feel like, you know, you and the old niggas, you know. When I was in Decatur, they always used to be the old niggas at the back of the barbershop that didn't give a fuck about what other niggas thought. You know what
I'm
talking about? Them niggas that never got a haircut. They was back there playing checkers. You know, so when a dude come in is like, I found out my girl was a hoe. They were like, nigga, we told you she was a hoe from the beginning. You was almost like, these niggas don't give a damn.
Yeah, man. The dude that talked to me, man,
And
he was dropping me mad too.
When I got here to Southeast Asia, you know, when I got here to Southeast, I told my girl, I said, baby, I'm 52. I'm an old man. You know what she said? She said, you a wise man. She said, here we respect older men. We respect older men because they have wisdom.
Yes. Yeah, that's what they
You
do
understand what
in
I'm saying?
Colombia. Yeah.
You know, and you know what it tried to make me really believe it's like, dude, I'll share this with you, and I share this with the whole lot. I looked on Facebook today, and on my son's feed, I'm a friend with rubber band, it was a mug shot. It was a mug shot, like from the 23rd of this month, of him being arrested for failure to appear. Why he posted this on Facebook, I don't fucking understand. So what I did is I called him and I said, "Hey son, you all right?" He's like, "Yeah, Dad, I'm fine. I missed the court date for some little DV shit." I said, "Is it with that chick I told you not to fuck with?" And he didn't want to answer me. And I said, "Well, if it is, that's okay. I still got your back." I said, "But nigga, why the fuck did you have to put it on Facebook?" I don't understand it. I can't get it. The hardest time I had in my life is that I ran up on some old dude's rubber band and I cried to him. You know, my ex-wife trying to mess me over on a divorce and do all this and do all that. You know what that old man told me? He said, "Shut the hell up, nigga. We all been through the same shit." And he said, "Ed, you're not the only one that's dealt with that." And he said, "Ed, you need to handle it." He said, "We're not the ones to sit here and let you sit on your pity pot crying about what the fuck you've been through." And that's my whole thing, rubber band. It's like I'm sitting there, you unadulterated truth, all of the brothers, Kevin, all of you guys that you talk to. First of all, I want to let you know that I appreciate the fact that you shared some very personal shit with me. That really means a lot to me, dude. I know that you in Hampton Roads, Virginia. I know that Kevin is down in Albany, Georgia. My man, Unadulterated Truth, is in North Carolina. The reason why I remember all you guys live is because what you guys matter to me. You feel me?
Yep.
That's what matters to me. That you guys matter to me. And I think that more black men need to be able to sit back and say that we've been through the same shit. And sometimes it feels good. It's therapeutic. It helps you heal when you hear another brother that's dealt with that bullshit.
Yeah, I had that same too. I had a friend of mine told me, he said, sometimes, man, he said, stop fighting the anger and go through it. If you're angry, be angry. He said, no, because my mother and all the other women telling me, don't be angry, nah, but had an old school said, no, he said, brother said, no, he said, F that, man. He said, the sisterhood don't want you to get angry because you get angry, you start the healing process and you start seeing. Your vision gets a lot clearer and you start seeing, who they really are. So if they can keep you
Unadulterated,
confused.
Hey, Sammy, hold on. Unadulterated. To be able to talk about it is powerful. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about toxic masculinity. The way that I feel about toxic masculinity. It's okay if you cry. As a man, it's okay if you cry. I'm telling all you brothers. It's okay if you cry. It's okay if you call me. Anybody that's under the sound of my voice, if you call me and you cry to me, what the fuck is going on in your life, I'm here to listen to you. Because the thing is, don't ever feel ashamed about how the fuck you feel hurt. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, when I hear all these tell their young boys, cry, don't do this, that's some bullshit. It hurts.
Yeah, straight up. It's
Love.
straight up some bull.
I've been divorced twice. Hurt the me. Both of those women hurt the fuck out of me. There was a lot of sleepless nights because I truly loved those women. You understand? I truly loved them. And I was hurt by what happened. And there were nights that I cried. When I made that video the other night about the woman that deleted her husband on Facebook. If y'all see my video, if you guys watch my video, you see me reach under my glasses and wipe my eyes because there were tears there because I lost my father when he was 8 years old, when I was 8 years old. And now I'm thinking about what that little girl that I heard crying in the background saying, Daddy, I love you, I miss you. You don't think that shit hit me different? Out of all the bullshit that I hear on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, you don't think that video, Rubber Band Man, hit me different? When this woman put a gun to the back of this man's head and took his life in text message.
Yeah, but see the bad part of it, man, you know what I'm saying? She lied about it when the cops came. She tried to lie about it, said they struggled. Like, say, I mean, you put it on YouTube. Don't lie and say you struggle. You know, she lied about it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she said that.
I'm gonna call
she
you.
said,
Hey, Sammy, I'm gonna call you like 10 minutes.
yeah, I mean, you know, she said she sat there and lied about it after she pulled the trigger.
Hey, dude, what people really need to listen to is that there's a video because the bitch didn't even stop the Facebook Live to call 911. She put it on the table. So you can hear when the police came.
Yeah.
The first thing she said was, we were struggling over the gun and it went off. That's what she said, Rubber Band.
Yeah.
We were struggling over the gun and it went off.
Yeah, but the cops ain't gonna believe that.
All of these fucking hyenas. No, the cop didn't believe it at all because he got shot in the back of the head. All of the hyenas started talking about she's a battered woman. You know, we don't know what was really going on. She had postpartum depression. And the first thing I said to them was like, fuck y'all.
Hey,
she
look,
shot
man,
the man in the back of the fucking head.
The one thing I learned is this, and this is what I keep in my head. You know what I'm saying? I keep this in my head. You know, and Mad Bus Driver keeps telling me. I love when he breaks it down. He said the day you start realizing, you know what I'm saying, that this ABW is your enemy, you know what I'm saying, that's when you start winning the battle. He said you got to keep that in your head. He said once you realize that.
Hey, you know
Go
what
ahead.
though? You know, and I'm about to close this because I gotta go. Hey man, but listen, when I was going through my divorce, right? There was a dude in Atlanta. Shout out to Tim Nunley, my homeboy. And I was talking about, you know, because my ex-wife kept coming up with bullshit. So you know how a divorce goes. The shit goes south. And he said, Ed, once you start to realize that woman is not your wife no more, she's your arch enemy. He said, that's when you're going to be able to deal with this shit better. At this particular point, the ABW is your arch motherfucking enemy.
Yeah.
That bitch don't give a fuck about you. But hey, check this out. Hey, dude, I gotta go, man. My girl is telling me I gotta leave. But
Yeah.
hey, check
Hey,
this
I'm gonna
out,
fall
man.
back,
I
man.
love all you
Great
guys.
show.
All right, dude. Love you. I'll talk to you guys later.